How's it going, everybody? KCV3 here with a quick impressions video for you of Nier Automata Demo. Now, I downloaded this demo on Christmas Day and I played it Christmas Day and beat it. And for the most part, it was actually pretty fun. Now, pretty much I know something about Nier Automata from the Tokyo Game Show. I just never really paid any attention to it. Just never really gave it a full attention span for it. And then pretty much I found it on like Christmas Eve, the demo, and I downloaded it. And for the most part, like I said, it was pretty fun. Now, this game is actually done by PlatinumGames, who brought you games like Bayonetta, Metal Gear Solid Rising, and the TMNT Travesty game last year we don't talk about here. Now, pretty much, PlatinumGames, for the most part, is kind of an overrated company. Bayonetta, I only played the first Bayonetta, and it wasn't really my cup of tea. It was alright. Metal Gear Solid Rising, I only played the demo. For the most part, I liked it, but I never got the game. And never played the TMNT game because of how short it was and stuff. Like, it was 5 hours. So I haven't really played it in depth a game from PlatinumGames. So this is actually the first time in a long time that I actually enjoyed a game from PlatinumGames besides Metal Gear Solid Rising. Now, pretty much the gameplay here is it's like an open world where pretty much it has mechanics of you actually fighting enemies and had the option to actually use a secondary weapon like shooting enemies as well. And pretty much for the most part, it seems like the majority of the game. I did look up some information on it as well. This game is actually supposed to be a spin-off game of something called the Drakengard series. It's coming. It's sort of. I was assuming it's supposed to have like better action gameplay from the previous game. And pretty much, for the most part, it's pretty interesting, pretty alright. It's kind of like a base it on it. This is a demo, so I don't know how in depth they're gonna go with the game or whatever. But for the most part, from what I see, when I did some information, it says you control multiple characters throughout the game, and pretty much you pretty much have the ability to rotate the in-game camera 360 degrees. Also, new characters will be unlocked in each level, so there's gonna be multiple characters you can play through levels, and I guess that's what replay value. I'm assuming every character play differently. I'm playing as the chick right now. I think her name was 2B, and there's actually another guy that's talking to you as well, and I forgot his name. So I pretty much, those are the two playable characters I'm assuming that's going to be available in the game for the most part. And yeah, like pretty much like I said, the gameplay right now is mostly going to be, from what I see, melee weapons and some shooting elements. I'm pretty sure it's going to have like some type of RPG elements in it as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty fun game. This game comes out sometime in March, I believe. Don't know the exact day, but sometime in March. And right now, it's actually on my radar for me to get day one. Now, pretty much, I don't know if they're going to have, some Japanese games, they usually have 2 demos or whatever. And so I don't know if this is going to be another demo coming out this month. But if there is, I'm definitely going to play it, get my first impressions on it and stuff, and see if I like it there. I really want a demo of playing a different character, so they probably have like a different play style, so I can get a better feel of it. But for the most part, it looks like a pretty cool game. I don't know how open world is going to be. It's kind of like an open linear type of world where you pretty much go in particular levels or particular areas and start fighting enemies and stuff. One thing I did notice from dying once in this game, I don't know if there's going to be any checkpoints in the full game, but pretty much if you died anywhere in the level, you actually have to start all over for the beginning. Now, that's pretty much going to be kind of interesting. It's going to be a little bit difficult. I played on the hardest difficulty, and for the most part, it was kind of alright once you learn the controls. I did have some issues with the camera sometimes as well. I think it's supposed to auto adjust behind you, but sometimes it gets in the way when you're actually fighting multiple characters on the screen, which could be a problem. Some Japanese games sort of kind of had the camera issues anyway, but pretty much it's not really ever a big deal. But when you're fighting a large amount of enemies, like 20 enemies or something, I see it probably may be an issue. I can see it being an issue there. But for the most part, everything's alright. Frame rate was pretty good, pretty solid. I didn't see it really dip that much or whatever. There wasn't really a lot of people enemies I fought on the screen. I think the most I played was about like 10 or 15. So I don't know if it's going to be a very large, large scale of enemies you're going to be fighting at a time. But if there is, I want to see how the framework will hold up for that. But for the most part, Nier Automata is a pretty interesting game so far, and I definitely have it on my list right now to get it on day one. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I have been playing a little bit of Final Fantasy 15. I need to do some some gameplay, some gameplay recording of that. I could have did it like last night, but I was too addicted to it, forgot to record, and just give my pressures on it. Now, for the most part, the Final Fantasy is a pretty good game, but I don't want to really talk about it right now. It's a pretty good game so far, but it's not the most in-depth RPG game I ever played. So I'm just gonna keep it at that. I'm gonna actually do some comparisons on some other RPG games that's can be comparable to Final Fantasy 15. But for the most part, I like the game so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm like a level 17 on chapter 2 or stuff like that. Pretty much grinding out and farming out to get my highest level, whatever, so I could be prepared for the latest chapters. So thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
This place sure is big.
I guess humans used to use it as a weapons factory, but now it's just crawling.